Hello and welcome to 3 Wide Coca-Cola 600 edition. This week, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series was in Charlotte Motor Speedway for the longest race of the season, the Coca-Cola 600. This race wasn't good. This race looked like it had a little bit of promise in the beginning of the day, but as we know, this race is going to end in the night, and when the nighttime fell, this race dramatically changed. Now on to my 3 takeaways from the Coca-Cola 600. Number 1. Kyle Busch dominates. Going into this Coke 600, we were wondering if we were going to get a fuel mileage race or a Martin Truex style domination race, and we got our answer in a huge way, as Kyle Busch just put a whooping on the field, leading 300 plus laps of this race. The further and further we go into this NASCAR season, it really looks to me like it's a 2-car race between Harvick and Kyle Busch, with a little bit of Truex sprinkled in here and there. This has me wondering when or if any other teams that we thought were going to be good in the beginning of the season could possibly catch these people, like Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson, who many people thought would be right up there in wins, and if Jimmy Johnson could figure something out. And now we'll see next week at Pocono, where Kyle Busch won the second race last year, if him or Kevin Harvick will win, or if someone new will pop up and get their first win of the season. Number 2, 9 cars on the lead lap. Anytime a race with 30 plus starters ends with only single-digit amount of cars on the lead lap, I feel like that really tells the story of the race and how good it probably was. With only 9 cars finishing on the lead lap, this race was just a slow, painful death to watch. With Kyle Busch lapping all the way to 9th, I feel like this shows that Kyle Busch's car was just that dominant. And now we'll look back on this race towards the end of the season and think if this was the most dominating performance of the season. And hopefully this will be, and hopefully we won't have any more races with only single-digit cars finished on the lead lap. Number 3, 4 Chevys in the top 9 and 5 in the top 11. As this season goes on, we wonder when Chevy's going to figure it out, as we're about to change broadcast partners to go to NBC very, very soon. And I feel like this Coke 600 was the best overall performance for Chevy this season, as we had Jimmy Johnson in 5th, Jamie McMurray in 6th, Kyle Larson in 7th, and Alex Bowman in 9th, and then Chase Elliott was 11th. Throughout the race, the Chevys looked pretty strong when Jamie McMurray was running that top side and got all the way to 2nd, even though he was short on tires than everyone else. And Chase Elliott put on a decent performance in the middle of that race and got into the top 5, and was looking like he could have potentially played a little bit of spoiler to Kyle Busch. Now we'll see if this is just a one-off race for Chevy, where we'll be wondering what happened next week, or if this will be a sign of things to come and Chevy will build up and hopefully get multiple of their cars in victory lane towards the season. Now what to look ahead to next week at the Pocono 400. Number 1, a Blaney repeat. Last year driving for the Wood brothers, Ryan Blaney went into the pits late in the race when Kyle Busch stayed out and got his first career win holding off Kevin Harvick at Pocono. Now it seems where Blaney's had strong cars and had problems. We'll see if he can build this up and win where he won last year and get his second career win. Number 2, a fuel mileage race. As we've seen in the past at Pocono, it could pop into a fuel mileage race, such as in the recent past where Matt Kenseth won when Kyle Busch and Joey Logano and a bunch of others ran out of fuel and he got the win in that race. Now we'll see if this Pocono race could turn into a fuel mileage race, because when it's usually a fuel mileage race at Pocono, it turns into one of the better races of the season. And number 3, a surprise winner. If we look at a couple races in the past history of Pocono, we've had surprise winners there in the past, such as Chris Buescher and Joey Logano getting his first full-time race win, not shortened by rain. And then even if he didn't win that race, Mark Martin driving for Michael Waltrip Racing probably would have won that race. Now we'll see if we'll get any shockers this Sunday to get their win at Pocono. And that'll do it for 3 Wide Coca-Cola 600 edition. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.